showing you what a team is made of. I got no issues with it whatsoever. Just show up.
Right.
You know, in the postseason, the way you show up in post-game.
That's right.
Well,
Okay,
let's see what type of aura they have tonight. It's time to get it out to Michael Grady and the crew.
Thank you, Malika. We are in San Antonio. The Spurs coming off a dramatic victory last night over Memphis, and there is a buzz in the air here in San Antonio. It's because for the first time, fans will get an opportunity to see that man, De'Aaron Fox, up close and personal. More on that in a moment. It'll be a tough test for Fox and the Spurs tonight as they take on the dominant Oklahoma City Thunder. Welcome to NBA Courtside, presented by DoorDash. Taking a look at the Western Conference standings. The Spurs in that 13th spot outside of the play-in at the moment. Meanwhile, OKC trying to ensure that the road to the NBA Finals in the West goes through Oklahoma City. And we welcome you inside Frost Bank Center alongside Stephanie White. I'm Michael Grady. Katie George joins us as well. And Coach, let's start off talking about the Thunder. They've set the pace in the West all season long. A near 10-game advantage over second-place Denver. What makes them so great?
Well, it starts with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the front runner for MVP for a reason. He leads the league in scoring at an efficient rate, but it continues with the balance. They have gotten better every single month in terms of offensive efficiency, with February being the best. 7 guys at or near double figures. So when you send multiple defenders at Shai, he has a lot of different outlets, and that puts a lot of pressure on defense.
They are 5th in offensive rating, 4th in points scored per game, but we all know that defense wins championships, and Coach, they're brilliant in that area as well.
And it travels, and this is where they hang their hat. They have dominated teams on the defensive end of the floor. They have great individual defenders. They can guard one-on-one. They're long, they're athletic, they're versatile, but it's the team defensive mindset, the toughness, the concepts, the communication, valuing the little things, the details, the deflections that lead to steals, that allow for them to lead the league in points off of turnovers at over 23 a game. The willingness to sacrifice and take charges. They've got 4 guys that are in the top 20 in the league in terms of charges drawn. So that has been their calling card all season long, consistency on the defensive end.
As for San Antonio, this is their first time playing in this building in a while. For more on that, let's check in with the 3rd member of our team, Katie George.
So long, in fact, that tonight is De'Aaron Fox's first time playing here in the arena since he was traded to San Antonio almost a month ago. Players say they're glad to be back home because it allowed them to reconnect with 2 very important people. Greg Popovich met with the team on Thursday for the first time since he suffered a stroke here at the arena on November 2nd. We're told the meeting was very impactful and uplifting, but he wanted to be the first to tell his team in person he would not be returning for the remainder of the season as he continues to focus on his health. The team meeting also allowed players to reunite with Victor Wembanyama since he was diagnosed with a blood clot in his right shoulder after the All-Star break. Players had been texting, FaceTiming, but nothing beats being in person. The Spurs may not be whole, Michael, but being back home certainly helps.
And it may be the second half of a back-to-back, but they're going to be fired up to play in this building as they take on OKC. Chris Paul, 20th NBA season, 39 years young, 2 of 7 players in the NBA to start every game for their team this season. We'll send it back to the studio after the timeout. Spurs, Thunder, coming up here on ESPN.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by Dash Pass, your door to all things basketball.
And we welcome you back to the Alamo. We're at Frost Bank Center for this showdown between the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Welcome to NBA Sunday, presented by State Farm. Let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you by T-Mobile. Again, looking forward to this matchup, final meeting of the season between these 2 teams. We begin with OKC. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, perhaps the front runner for the league's MVP this season. He's alongside Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and Isaiah Hartenstein. As for the Spurs, Chris Paul, De'Aaron Fox playing in front of the home fans here in San Antonio for the first time, as we chronicled. Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and Bismack Biyombo in the middle. Biombo's 8th game here with San Antonio. And I know Fox and others disappointed and wishing Victor Wembanyama a speedy recovery as he deals with the blood clots, and they're expecting him back next season. Nevertheless, wants to finish the season strong, and there's high hopes for the future, coach, of this San Antonio squad.
Yes, there are, and certainly a disappointment to lose Victor Wembanyama, but most important thing is his health and wellness, and this is a group who's learning how to play without him on the floor and who's still coming together. And how about the work that Bismack Biyombo coming into this team and throwing into the starting lineup, absolute professional and impactful.
Hartenstein and Biyombo to jump it up on the center circle. And we are underway. Our officials, James Williams, Kevin Cutler, and Matt Kaleo. Spurs get first crack at it.